Good evening. Welcome back to my workshop here. So here we have another project on the go. We're going to make another small bandolier out of 2 scrap belts. So I sorted through these 2 already. This is what I'm going to do. This brown one is the longer one, so this will be the main body of the bandolier. This old black one here, this one will be the actual loops that we'll sew through. And in order to do this, we're going to be making it for very small projectiles, little 22s. So we'll just need small strips of leather here. So I've got a tool here. It's a belt cutting tool. You can get these. You can spend up from like Tandy or a leather supply place, or you could go to Amazon as well. These are they're called strap cutters. This one I think was like $30 on Amazon. It does the trick. So basically what you do is you set your dimension of what you want. So this will roughly be 1 centimeter. It's a centimeter anyway. Then you feed it through the center. So this is a thicker belt. So it's going to take just a little bit more play here. I already cut this a little bit earlier. I haven't used this in a while. This is what you're going to do. Just feed it through. It's going to cut your strap to your dimension that you want. Just going to make sure it's even. Like that. Before I complete this, I'm just going to cut off the end piece. Straight line here. Continue. There you go. I got another piece here we could use for another project. Okay, so it's going to be similar to the other video. We're going to use the same process. So probably there's a little. Someone put a hole in there for a smaller belt size. Anyway, so I'm going to probably start it right around here, go all the way down like that. That's what the bandolier will look like. We have a little bit of extra material on the end here anyway, but we'll probably use that because you use a little bit extra when you loop it through. So we'll move through the same process of I'll just get my tools together here and I'll find the correct size stamp and I'll start stamping this through. Stand by. Alright, before we get to punching out those new holes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pretty this up a little bit. So I'm just going to make a couple little sort of pointed tips on both sides, and the cut mark there I'm just going to just dye it a little bit so it looks like it's purpose made. Don't hide the ugly, right? Well, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to use some leather dye. Just dye it. Usually when I'm doing like some nice leather work with brand new veg tan leather, I'll use a brush or I'll use a kiwi cloth for this. But, you know, this is just kind of coarse. We're using scrap leather, just repurposing it, so I don't mind just doing quick and dirty here real quick. So I just got a scrap rag here. I think this thing is covered in oil anyway, so it should moisten the leather up a little bit as well. I'm just going to work my way down. And by the time we're finished with this, you won't even know this came from a cut piece of belt. Just think, oh, that's a cool piece of leather. Another thing you can use, that's also really helpful. Just get one of these little cotton swabs. Those are really good too. Alright, this is rivet installation take 3. So, it's a long day at work. So, anyways, I have my rivets. I have my anvil and press set up here. So, what I did before was, I attached the rivet well, but it was on the wrong side. It should have been on the back. That's all good. Fix that right now. So, get your holes lined up, get your rivets through both sides, give your rivet top a nice press, sort of temp install it in, then put it back down on your anvil here. Let's try it again. Look at that. Now we're good. So now we're going to move on to the next step where we're going to punch the sort of rectangular holes through. So then we can start lacing this with the piece of leather that we cut. So I'll put the next one right here. And that'll be the first loop through. Sound of success. There we go. So let's put that loop through there. Pass it through. It's just what we want. Put the next one beside it. Relatively close because we're talking about really, really small objects here that we're holding. Almost right next to it. And, you can measure these out if you want, but either way, I find when I first started, I used to measure it precisely and whatnot, but I just found it was an added step. I don't know if you get better through experience or whatnot, but I find if you just practice and eyeball it, it usually works out for you. The nice thing I like about leather work is if you make a mistake, like at the end of the day, it just adds to the charm of it. Pass that through there. Grab one of the brass components, put it in, and then tighten it. Oh, look at that. Very cool. So, I'm going to speed you up here and we'll punch the rest of them out. Alright, if you made it this far, it's time to see the finished product. So this is the result of combining two belts into one. So I mean, you could wear this as a regular belt if you wanted, or just use it as a bandolier. So it's enough to hold 30 deuce deuce. You can take this out when you go hunting or the range. Just have some extras on you. No big deal. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and there'll be more videos like this coming up. For the bike I'm restoring right now, and be sewing up a seat for that, so stay tuned for that. And there'll be other little projects like this. I like really focusing on the part of leathercraft where you reuse various leather objects to make something else. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.